Why is it so hot in this country? I can't stand summer anymore. Hello everyone, it's Nina, and today I'm here to talk about all the books that I read in February. Today I just want to give you guys a very quick, since I don't have a lot of time to film, wrap up of the 7 books that I read in February. I gotta say, I'm pretty proud of the quantity of books that I read this month. I usually read like 3 or 4 per month. This time I actually managed to read 7, which is really good, and I don't think there will be any other month this year that this will repeat. Like, I don't think I will be able to read 7 books in a month again, because this semester I'm really just trying to focus on college, and I have some upcoming projects, and I just won't have that much time to focus on reading. But anyways, the first book that I read in February was Stalking Jack the Ripper by Kerri Maniscalco. So in this book we follow Audrey Rose, who's the daughter of the Duke, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, she's the daughter of an important guy, and she is an apprentice in, I think, forensics with her uncle, and then she gets involved in the case of Jack the Ripper. I have a full review for this book up on the channel. I will link it down in the description. I'm pretty sure I gave this book 3 stars. I expected to love it, but in the end, it was just okay for me. I will be continuing with the series, especially because I already have the second book. You can even see I don't have, like, a lot of tabs. I just really didn't love it. I thought it was okay. I didn't love the characters. I didn't love the romance at first, and I'm just curious to know if I will like the second book better. The second book that I read in February was one that I did love, and that is The Language of Thorns by Leigh Bardugo. So this is another book set in the Grishaverse, but in this one we have a collection of fairy tales from all around the Grisha universe. I loved this book so much. I think I gave it 4 stars because one of the tales didn't really impress me. I didn't really love it. I can't remember the title, but it was like towards the middle of the book. I think it was one of the Ravkin tales maybe. But overall, I really loved this book. I think I read it pretty quickly, especially since it's a really thin book, and it is beautifully illustrated. You can kind of see here that all the pages have illustrations that relate to the story, and I just really liked this. I couldn't put it down. It was dark, and it was really cool to see some of our fairy tales reimagined and reinvented in this book. My favorite tale is the last one, and I can't remember the name. I think it's called When the Waters Sang Fire or something like that, but it's a Fjerdan tale, and it kind of explains how Ursula from The Little Mermaid came to be. And obviously it's not the same thing, but it just really strongly reminds me of Ursula. And I don't know, I just really love this book. I totally recommend it if you're a fan of the Six of Crows duology or the Grisha trilogy, or if you've just read any book in this universe. The next book that I read was one that I talked about in my last haul, and that is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. A lot of people love this book, a lot of people hate this book. I ended up loving it. I did not expect to love it. I didn't even know if I was going to read this because I didn't think I was going to like it, but then I just bought it on a whim and I read it really quick. Again, it's not a thick book, and even though there are a lot of problematic things with this book, I just thought the story was very engaging, the characters were interesting and complex, and I really loved this. If you don't know, in this book we follow Jude, who is a human girl, like a human teenager, living in the world of fairies where the fairies don't like humans and they're very cruel. And basically that's all I'm gonna say about this book. I think I gave it 4 to 5 stars, really enjoyed it. The next book that I read was A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. This is a sequel to A Court of Thorns and Roses, which I read in 2017 maybe. And the thing is, I didn't love ACOTAR, the first book, so that's why it took me like more than a year to pick up the second book. And basically everyone who has read this series says that this one, the second one, is the best book in the trilogy. And it definitely is better than ACOTAR. At least I thought it was better than ACOTAR. But still, I just couldn't click with this series. I really enjoyed some of the characters in this book. I definitely like Rhysand better than Tamlin. Feyre annoyed me less because, my god, she was annoying in the first book. And I just think that the villain in this book is much better than the really cartoonish villain that we get to see in ACOTAR. There are very few tabs because, like I said, I just think this trilogy isn't for me. I don't like this much at all. It really bothers me. It annoys me. I nearly always skip it because I don't have the patience to read that. But I really enjoyed the characters that we get to meet in this book, like Moore and Asriel. Oh my god, I loved Asriel. Cassian is fun as well. And I forgot the name of the other character, Amren, I don't know how to pronounce her name, I'm sorry. But anyways, I'm pretty sure I gave this like 3 stars just because it was way better than the first book, but it wasn't really that significant of a change. I still don't love this trilogy. I will read the last book though in the trilogy because I already have it. On my trip to Washington in February, I listened to Ink by Alice Broadway. I don't have a physical copy because I listened to it on audiobook. And it was a 3-star read for me. I already went into this book knowing that it would be mostly world building because that's what I read in a lot of reviews on Goodreads. But I was really curious about the story because in the world where our main character Leora lives, people's skins are tattooed like with their achievements, and then when someone dies, their skin is turned into a book so they can be remembered. This was a really slow-paced book, not slow-paced in the way that I like, but slow-paced in the sense that nothing really happens. But I still thought that the world was intriguing enough to keep going with the story. The writing was okay, like nothing too special, but it also wasn't bad. The characters were okay as well. I didn't love any of them, but I also don't hate any of them. However, this world just really got me curious. It's so different than anything I've ever read, and I am curious to read the second book. I'll probably listen to it as well, even though the narrator annoyed me a little bit because she didn't really know how to do male voices. Whenever she had to do one of the males like Oscar or Obel, she just gave this really thick Irish accent, and I don't have any problems with Irish accents. On the contrary, I think they're really cute. But I don't know, it just kind of annoyed me because then I couldn't differentiate a male character from another. But yeah, I just thought that the role of religion and stories in this community was really interesting, and I will probably continue with the series because of that, because the world is so interesting to me. And at the end of the book, we do have like some stuff going on, some plot twists, but overall a 3-star read for me. The next book that I read was also one that I talked about in my last haul because I got it in Washington, and that is Famous in a Small Town by Emma Mills. I think by now it is no secret that I absolutely adore Emma Mills books. This is a really cute, fun, fluffy summer contemporary. I loved it. I have like quite a few tabs on it. Can't see, there you go. But anyways, it's really cute. If you're in the mood for a very quick, because it's a really short book, fun, heartwarming contemporary, this is the book for you. Emma Mills is basically my new queen of contemporaries. She's my favorite contemporary author, and I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars. The last book that I read in February was The Wicked King by Holly Black. This is the sequel to The Cruel Prince, which I also read in the same month, and I just had to pick this up. I saw it when I was in Washington. It was one of the books that I most wanted to buy, and I just read it as soon as I got home, as soon as I finished Famous in a Small Town, because I really loved The Cruel Prince and I really was dying to know what happened next, and I ended up really loving The Wicked King as well. I think the book itself isn't as good as The Cruel Prince, but the ending, oh my god, I already knew that this had a cliffhanger for an ending, but oh my god, I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming at all. I have no idea what's going to happen next. I really want Queen of Nothing, which is the next and final book in the trilogy, so bad, but we don't even have a cover yet, so I'm just gonna have to wait until next year. But yeah, I really loved The Wicked King as well. I think I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. That ending was phenomenal. I really enjoyed that, and I can't wait to see where the story goes next. So that's it for today's video. I'm so sorry that this was like a really rushed video, but I didn't have a lot of time to film and edit and post, and I really wanted to post something since it's been almost a week and a half since I haven't posted. And even though I said I wouldn't be able to post twice a week, I have this new idea of some very quick videos that I might be able to film and post every week, like in the middle of the week. So maybe, just maybe, I will post 2 videos per week when I manage to. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!